It is always a pleasure when we get to hang out in the 207 kitchen at Maine Studios with Matt Ginn. He grew up in Maine, has worked in a number of restaurants as the chef in Maine, and he's the new general manager at the newly revived Dry Dock Seafood Tavern on Commercial Street in Portland. Thanks for coming in.
Rob, thanks for having me back.
And you're making for us today something that is right off the menu at Dry Dock.
I am. Today we are going to make a blackened fish sandwich. And we've had a lot of people asking us, Rob, what we are going to bring back from the opening menu or from an original menu of the Dry Dock.
Right.
And this is one of the few dishes that was on the menu that I felt inspired to kind of do our own twist on. So we have lovely Maine haddock here. I have an awesome blackened spice that I've provided with the viewers. It's going to have paprika, coriander, garlic, black pepper.
Right.
When you make your spice, you can put a little salt right into the spice or add some as you kind of season the fish. As you can see, I'm adding just a little bit over the fish right here.
Yes.
You want your pan to be nice and hot when you do a blackened fish. It's okay if you intentionally kind of char and burn that fish a little bit. That's where all those flavors from the spices come out.
How do you get it right, though, so that it's blackened and it's cooked the way you want it, but it's not too much?
That's a good question. I think, interestingly enough, you can err on the side of almost too much, and it's not going to come across like burned. I would say that if it's absolutely black and kind of looks ruined, trust your instincts. It's going to be a little bitter. But the whole point of those spices, they get muted a little bit when they're cooked in this high heat, this high oil, and you can smell it from here.
I can smell those spices there. Oh, I'm loving that.
And so I would err on cooking more aggressively than pulling back. And then, you know, if you're not happy with your outcome, adjust it a little bit the next time. But our oil was at about 400 degrees when we put our fish in.
And then you got to keep an eye on this because this will cook pretty quickly, right?
This is going to cook very quickly.
Not a real thick piece of fish.
So we are buying some lovely, beautiful, locally baked buns. I'm just putting a quick toast on it right here. And then the last piece of the recipe that I provided for everyone is a cilantro lime sauce. So we've got a little cilantro pureed with lots of lime juice, pinch of salt, really, really delicious. And again, summery. You know, right now being opened, the decks at Dry Dock are opened. This is the type of dish that I think, glass of champagne, glass of nice dry white wine, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. I wish I had $1 for every fish sandwich that I have had in my life, because over the last, 25, 30 years, they have become one of my absolute favorites. Simple, but when done right, so good.
I couldn't agree more with you. Do you prefer them fried, or do you prefer them kind of baked and roasted like this?
I like them both ways.
Okay.
I like them both ways. And I'm not hedging to try to please anyone. That's the way I like them, either way. Anyway.
I like them fried, and I also like them kind of roasted like this, and I think that this is definitely less common way of seeing a fish sandwich these days. And I think, you know, fried is great. You put them in tartar sauce, and we have some fried fish on the menu at the Dry Dock. But what I think makes this so unique is the spices, and you get a little bit of heat, you get a little oregano and thyme and black pepper, and it's just very harmonious with the fish.
Yeah, and as we said, the aroma coming up from those spices,
so we are going to, and to your point, you said how quickly it cooks. It's nearly done. This is an old technique called basting. You can throw a little bit over the top if you really want to ensure a quicker cook. But this is just about there. You can see the browning on the edges, not too dark. And I'm going to just pat it dry for a quick second. Put it in this pan right next to you where I had the bread. We'll just dry some of that excess oil off. Pat it dry a little bit. And you know what? A little bit of a little table scrap like that. See this? I dropped a little bit, but now I get to taste my food. That's how I always know if it's good.
There you go.
Not bad.
What's the verdict?
Not bad.
Does that work?
I would order one.
I would order one too. The recipe is on our website, as is more information on the Dry Dock. If you want to find out how to make your own blackened haddock sandwich at home, that's the place to go, the 207 section of newscentermaine.com, either our app or website. Matt Ginn, General Manager at the Dry Dock in Portland.
Rob, thank you for having me.
Great to have you with us as always. Stick around. We're going to be back right after this.